Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my go-to summer makeup look in this little get ready with me video. I'm also going to be sharing with you guys some tips and tricks on how to keep your makeup looking perfect in the summer heat. So yeah, let's just get on in with this tutorial. When do you age? I thought you never grow up. Okay, so first I'm taking this Garnier moisturizer and I'm going to put this all over my face. This stuff is so perfect for summer because it's super cooling but very hydrating. Then I'm going in with this awesome sunscreen. It's oil controlling and mattifying and it works great, so I love using this for the summer so far. And then I'm using the MAC Stroke Cream on the high points of my face just so I have a very glowy finish in the end, which I think is perfect for summertime. Okay, and now I'm filling in my eyebrows like I always do. I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony and this small angled brush from Wet n Wild. And I literally just fill in the shapes that I have with them and slowly and little by little fill in each part. And then I just take whatever concealer I'm going to use and put it under my eyebrow and then clean it up with this flat defining brush from Morphe. And then I just go ahead and take that concealer and just put it on my eyelid, and I just use a brush to buff everything out and blend it all together. And then lastly, I just like to take a either translucent powder or a light shadow and brush it over the concealer to set it before moving on to my face. Okay, and then for face, I use this Benefit Professional Matte Rescue, a gel primer kind of, and I do a ton of skincare during the summer just because my skin gets really oily, but then really dry from being out in the sun. So I like to use this on my T-zone, and it's also pretty hydrating, so I'll put it in any areas where I'm kind of peeling as well. And then because that primer is not really pore filling, I like to take the Makeup Forever primer. I don't know what it is. I'm going to have everything listed down below, and I just tap that into any areas where I have larger pores with my beauty blender. So now I'm going in with my foundation. This is the LA Girl Pro Coverage Illuminating Foundation. I kind of switch between this one and the Wet n Wild Photo Focus one depending on how the weather is outside, but I pretty much just dot it all over my face and then blend it out with my beauty blender. Okay, now I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I use two different shades. This one's in the shade Light Sand. I just like to use this under my eyes, so I'm going to do that and blend it out as well. And I'm going to add a little bit of this on my nose just so it looks better when I'm contouring it, because I'm going to be doing cream contour today. And for that, I'm using this Wet n Wild contour stick. I pretty much just draw it everywhere where I would normally just powder contour, and then blend it out with this e.l.f. Small stippling brush. Okay, and then I'm going back in with my concealer. This is the same one, but this is in, I think it's light medium honey, the shade. I'm not really sure. I'll have it down below. But I just put this everywhere else where I would normally highlight and blend it out like I normally would. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and bake the areas where I put that concealer with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild pressed powder. This stuff is so good and affordable, and I'm pretty much just setting everywhere where I didn't bake. This is so perfect for summer because it's really going to ensure that everything stays in place when you're sweating. And I also just use this brush to dust away the baking that I did while I'm at it. Okay, so now I'm taking the Wet n Wild Contour Kit in Dolce de Leche and using the bronzer shade to bronze with this Real Techniques Multitask brush. I was too late. A shadow of what I was. Then I take the same one in the Dolce de Leche shade and I use that darker shade to contour with. And the difference between the two is the other one is a warmer tone, so that's so much better for bronzing. And then this one's more neutral to cool tone, which is a lot better for contouring because it looks like more like a shadow instead of like an orange bronzy glow. And then the reason you want to do like cream and powder contour is having both of those layering each other. It's going to help it stay in place all day instead of moving around or fading away. And now I'm just using the banana shade in the Caramel Toffee palette to highlight my under eyes a little better. I really like this when I'm doing like an intense contouring or bronzing look. And then I'm just using some translucent powder and cleaning up my contour lines on my cheekbones and also on my nose. Okay, now I'm just taking a brow powder and setting my brows with it. I like doing this after I've done everything just because sometimes powder gets on them and this like really cleans it up. Okay, and then I'm just taking some clear brow gel and setting them in place. Okay, so now before I finish off the face, I'm going to do my eyes. So I'm taking my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette and I'm taking this orangey burnt orange shade and just putting that in as my transition. I'm using a Morphe E27 and I like to do this just so I have like a light wash of orange in it, but it's not too orange and it looks really pretty in the end. And then I'm just taking a pencil brush in the same shade and doing my lower lash line. I'm also connecting the two shades on the outer corner since I'm not doing a wing. I like to like wing everything out in the end. Okay, so now I'm taking the shade Real Gar in the palette and I'm using a Morphe M441 and using this to further define my crease. And you can really use like a ton of different shades for this. This is just the one I'm using because I want it more orange toned. And then I'm also going to put it on my lower lash line and connect it in the outer corner. Then I'm just going in with that last brush that I used and just blending it out a little more and cleaning it up. Now I'm going in with the I Love Cedille and ColourPop collab and I'm taking that shade Freckles on a Morphe M443 and packing this onto my lid and also blending it into my crease. And I've been obsessed with this color, but you can really use any color you have. But I highly recommend this collab. The 4 shades in it are so pretty and I use all of them. And then I also just brush this on my lower lash line real quick. Then I'm going in with that white matte shade to just put under my brow bone. Okay, and then I'm taking that brown shade and I'm using a flat definer brush and just putting this right against my lash line, both on my like upper lid and lower lash line. And this just really helps hiding my false lashes without having to do any eyeliner. Lastly, I'm taking the pink metallic shade and I'm going to use that on my inner corner and also on my brow bone, but I do go over it with my highlight later on. I just like this because it has like a nice like pinky kind of warmish undertone to it and I think it's really pretty and complements the look a lot. Now to finish off the face, I'm just going to dust my bake away with my Sedona lace brush that I've been using. This is like my favorite brush to use throughout my whole makeup. I constantly go back and blend with it. Okay, so now I'm taking the Marc Jacobs eyeliner in the shade Blacker and I am tightlining on my upper and lower lash line and I am so sorry, I just realized I'm flipping the camera up. And then I'm going in with my Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso and just putting some of this on my cheeks with a Wet n Wild contouring brush. Then I'm just taking this mascara, it's the Maybelline Big Shot Mascara, and I'm going to put this on my upper and lower lashes while I wait for my falsies to dry. Okay, and then this has been my favorite highlight combination. I use the Wet n Wild Precious Petals highlight. And I put this everywhere first and then I go on top of it with another one. So I did spray my face after that with this setting spray, and I've been loving it. I just don't know where the footage went for it. But then I did take the Mary Luminizer by The Balm, and I love this highlighter. It's a little light for my skin tone, so I have to be careful about like how much I use and where I put it. But I love applying this on top of that Wet n Wild highlighter, and I also use this on my inner corners, my brow bone on top of that other shade, and also as my nose highlight. We don't do the same drugs no more. We don't do the same drugs no more. So I'm just gonna pop on my falsies. These are the Allure Vegas Me lashes in Golden Goddess. I've been obsessed with these and the Flutter lashes in this style #ISlay. Those are just kind of hard because you have to order them, and I hate ordering things sometimes. I'm like super impatient, so I love these because I can just go up to Ulta and get them. Then I'm going in with my lip liner. This is the NYX lip liner. I'm pretty sure in the shade Sandstorm. I want to say it's in the shade Sandstorm. I'll have it down below for sure, but I think that's the shade. And so I just go ahead and line and fill in my lips with that. And then I just go in with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Abu Dhabi. I switch between Abu Dhabi and London. Those are my favorites. And apply that right over the lip liner. Like always, I am adding my ColourPop lipstick in the shade She Bad right on top of it. Okay, and then I always switch up my lip gloss, but this is the Anastasia lip gloss in the shade Undressed. And then also last minute, I decided I wanted to use the Jouer lip topper in the shade Skinny Dip, so I just put that right on top. And this is the final look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you learned some tricks for the summertime. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!